I want to congratulate you because you are the first man to shake hands with the new and only mayor of Dildo. So congratulations on that. I mean, it's almost like stepping foot on the moon.
Yeah, I felt something before I shook your hand.
He has a little energy, right?
It really is working for him.
Are there, like, in your native land of Scotland, are there towns with the names like that amuse Americans?
It's funny you should say that because I am actually the mayor of Twat, which is Shetland.
Come on now.
Shetland Islands.
That's not just a euphemism?
No, it's Twat. T-W-A-T-T. And then, what else do we have? Cockbridge.
Okay.
We have Broken Wind.
Oh, really?
Which is a little hamlet in Aberdeenshire. And we also have a town called Dull. And at the edge of that town, there is a sign saying, twinned with boring Oregon. It's like,
really?
So we have Dull and Scotland.
Dull and boring.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got together.
Yeah, but I got the best one.
You,
Twat in the Shetland Islands.
How often do you go back there? You go visit?
I go back.
A lot?
As often as I can. 2-3 times a year.
Uh-huh.
I'm just back there.
Do you go back, like, for the summer? Or, oh, you were just back there.
I was just back there. I think I had, like, literally 3 spare days. I had to start press in London. So I got to Scotland because my family live in the Highlands.
Uh-huh.
And I love getting up there. It's just so beautiful. So I went up to visit my mammy and my stepdad and saw the whole family. And
nice.
did a bit of biking. And
do people get excited when you come back to the town?
Not as excited as I think they should.
They don't have a little parade.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there's Gerard Butler. And no, they're always like, hey, how's your mum? I'm like, what about me? You see my mum all the time. She lives in this village.
How's your mom?
How am I? And they're like, it's like, how long you home for? Oh, good. The weather held up. Yep. No, they're great. I love the people in my village, especially the 4 of them that are under 75.
Is that right? It's getting old there?
There's a lot of,
It's like a senior
We
village.
have an amazing pipe band, but it's slowly dwindling, it's kind of sad. There's less and every time we have our, we have a comedy fortnight. It's a 2-week celebration.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
2
and
weeks.
the pipe band, I remember the first time I ever went there, like 25 years ago, felt like 1,000 people in the pipe band. Now there's like 7.5.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We got to get some pipers up there.
I'm thinking of taking up to go help them out.
You might have to. Yeah, I wonder if it'll turn into a situation like there are towns in Italy where they say, if you come here and you live here and you work here, we'll give you a house for free.
Wow.
Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't heard
Well,
about
this
that.
might be something for the pipers to think about up there.
I was just imagine being in the pipe band of Broken Wind. Or Cockbridge.
Most of the people, I would imagine, they mention your big movies when they meet you. But do people ever mention, like, things you forgot you did or very obscure things when they approach you?
You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes I might meet 85-year-old woman who says, what my favorite movie is? 300. And you're like, or like a big American football player who's like, P.S. I love you. That is my favorite. And I'm always like, yeah, okay, I get that. But one of my most interesting ones was last Halloween. I was in New York and I was in this restaurant and I saw Michael Cohen across the way. And
Donald Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen.
Donald Trump's Michael Cohen. And
Wow.
I see him across at another table. Oh, there's Michael Cohen. And I see him looking over, It was like, okay, checking each other out. We'll see. And then I go to the toilet and I come back. And my buddy says, by the way, Michael came over and he's like, do you mind, can I say hello to him? I'm a big fan of him. Michael Cohen's a big fan of mine. Okay. So he comes over and we have this lovely chat. And then he says, you know what my favorite movie of yours is? And I'm like, what? He goes, Law Abiding Citizen.
Come on. Really?
On my life. On my life. I can't even tell you what the next 5 minutes of conversation were. We were just talking, and I'm just like, Law Abiding Citizen. I can't believe he just said Law Abiding. Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think
he's very sweet, though. Very
trying
sweet.
to give you a message of some kind? And you posted, this is from the fall. We had these big fires out here, and your house was burned in the fire.
Yeah, well, part of it, that's my guest house and everything at the
That's your
back,
guest house?
Yeah.
Wow. So
And
Were you
my
at home when
girlfriend's
it happened?
Bronco.
Did you have to be evacuated?
We didn't have to be evacuated, no. I was staying in West Hollywood that night, and we heard there was a fire, and then the next day, basically, I was supposed to be going there the next day, and then I couldn't get through. And basically watched in the news as the fire just spread down, going, oh, there's my house there.
Well,
There's
that's
the fire.
crazy.
And then looking into the gully that was one of the fiercest raging fires that I saw the whole time was in the gully in Malibu where my house was. So I knew it wasn't.
And this is a photograph you brought along.
Well, that was, yeah.
This is what made it through the
The
fire.
only thing that was surviving in that back house, there was nothing except these two little things sitting
Except
together.
these two
that my
voodoo
buddy,
skulls.
These two voodoo skulls. And the crazy thing is, when I picked them up, they broke apart
Oh, they did.
to nothing. Like, they broke into, like, 20 pieces.
It's like a weird scene out of a movie or something.
It really is.
Yeah, wow, that's
It's a bit
really
spooky.
very strange.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you weren't there. How many times, just one,
You know,
one
by the way,
question
we
is-
always were. I went through the day after the fire with a buddy of mine who's a part-time policeman with the San Diego force.
Yeah.
And we went through about 10 different lines. You know, there was all these roadblocks, pretending that we were with the LAPD, but saying, no, we're heading up this way.
Oh,
and
really?
at first he stopped and said, we're going this way. I said, stop. You know, and I had a green police jacket on, and I'm like, stop asking them, just pretend.
Well, that
we
is-
know where we're going, so we're like, you know, like this, you know, we're going this way. And just, we got through roadblock
So
after
you're
roadblock.
not a law-abiding citizen.
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I hope Michael is watching in prison and he enjoys that. Gerard Butler is here. We'll be right back.
The drugs! Art, come with me. Get him under the ballistic hard cover. Keep him down. I'm on my way. Okay.
That is Gerard Butler, and Angel Has Fallen. It opens August 23rd. That's exciting.
Crazy.
You got quite a cast in this movie. Morgan Freeman is with you again.
Morgan
Do
Freeman.
you feel like you learn a little bit more about Morgan each time you do a film with him?
Yeah, I do.
He's a
I do.
mysterious guy.
He's a lovely man.
He is a lovely man, yeah.
But and quite an adventurous daredevil. And, you know, he used to live out in his boat and travel around the world. And
Wow.
Was happier on his boat, I think, than he was on land. But this movie, I don't think Morgan's ever done anything like what we had to put him through. You know, throwing him into. I've spent days
Physically?
in the water, throwing him off the boat, pulling him underwater, running him upstairs, downstairs, into offices, behind cars, in cars.
They couldn't afford a stuntman for Morgan? How old is he now?
He had a stuntman, but he still had to. I mean, the guy was. I had to ask him to slow down at times. I mean, because he's 6'4", he's got these long legs running.
Oh, really?
And I'm trying not to trip him up because I'm behind him, holding him, going. I mean, I felt like in this, I had two of America's all-time legends that I had to make sure didn't die.
Nick Nolte. Now, you had to keep Nick alive, too? What happened there?
Well, our director likes to put us right in the thick of it. There's so many action scenes in this movie. And he's like, okay, we're going to blow this whole forest up, but I don't want any of these explosions happening. What's the point if you're not there? So when you're sitting right in the middle of it. So you've got me and Nick Nolte pulling these wires, and it's like, boom, 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 boom. It's coming right towards you. You're going, I hope to Christ they got this right, you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
Is there one under me? But, yeah.
And what is Nick like? Because he is another person that I'm interested in. I've not met the guy, but I don't know what's going on. What is going on with him?
So what? Yeah, I don't think he knows what's going on with him. No, that's not true. He was one of the most, of all the actors I've ever worked with, maybe the most pleasantly surprised.
Oh, really?
At who he was. Generous of spirit and fun and cool. But 2 weeks before we started filming, there was an article in the paper about Nick Nolte, and was he down and out because he was all overgrown and, you know, he looked like a bum.
I saw that picture,
Yeah, so did we.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, but this is for the movie because he's gone off grid. He's an ex-Vietnam vet. He's kind of lost his way. And we're looking at record director Rick Romanwa, and we're like, yeah, it's for the movie. movie? Is it for the movie? Is he actually coming out as a homeless person? But no, I do think it was for the movie.
Okay.
But he was awesome.
Yeah.
And so incredible in that role. I mean, he's so, this sounds crazy, but I'd be watching him thinking, this is any other movie, that would be an Oscar-nominated performance.
You mean if it wasn't like an action type of movie?
Yeah. And this would be, there's a scene in the cabin where you know, he's going on about what war takes out of you and how we kid ourselves on about it and how it's doing it to meet my generation, it did it his generation. And I remember thinking, this would be the scene that they would show at the Oscar ceremony. Well, of course they won't, but it's just, he's so good.
Well, it's great to have you here. The movie's called Angel Has Fallen. It opens August 23rd. Gerard Butler, everybody. I am Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit subscribe and all your dreams will come true, assuming your dreams are to watch more YouTube videos.